What's up, it's your boy Shy Boogs, and you are tuned into the 411 with my homegirl, CoCo V. And we out here in my studio in New Jersey. We about to rock, get it in. I'm about to show you what I could do. And we just gonna chill, we gonna vibe, we gonna hang out. So come on, y'all. Let's go.
Bright lights so appealing, loft style brick walls, high ceilings. Best shit you ever smoked in your life. From model chick every night. This is what the goal is, all the fame and fortune ride.
How are you doing tonight?
What's up, what's up? Yeah, I'm good, CoCo.
That's good. Thanks for coming on the show.
I appreciate you having me.
No doubt.
Right.
We're in your beautiful studio right now. The So Amazing studio in North Jersey.
Amazing.
Chilling right now. Got a bunch of plaques up. We worked with plenty of artists, and I think people definitely want to see what Shy Boogs is up to right now.
Okay. I still work with major recording acts, and I work with underground up and coming acts. Because I still feel artists coming up, you never know, they could could end up being, something crazy.
There's a lot of talent out here.
Exactly. And
I'm glad you said that just now. Because, a lot of people aren't open to working with underground people, and it's like, hello, if we don't give them a chance, there's not going to be any majors anymore, and they do fade away. So this is a producer, vocal coach, songwriter that is willing to work with you guys. So if you get your shit straight, you might get a call. Who knows?
If you find me.
Yeah, you gotta locate him because he's on find me. Yeah, but just name a few major leagues that you've worked with, major people. Drop a few names for us.
Okay. Well, my first major session was Old Dirty Bastard. From there, the first track I ever sold was to a rapper. His name was Rico Love, who's actually a known writer now. He's anything you hear, turn the lights off, that's Rico Love. So Beyonce, Usher, all Usher stuff, Rico Love. So that was one of the first tracks I sold where I got like a, money. I'm young and I'm like, holy shit, I saw the benefits of it. So Rico Love.
Can you tell us which songs?
The song I did for Rico Love, it was called You're Everything. It was actually a sample beat, and I don't know if he ended up, I don't know what they did with his project. I know I got to check. So
you got the money.
I got the money, but I don't know what they did with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes projects get shelved. I mean, in his case though, it doesn't matter because he's made so much money songwriting. I mean, forget it. I'm sure he doesn't even care. Or probably remember that. So. Yeah.
Shout out to Rico Love though. He's definitely doing his thing.
He's a fantastic writer. So amazing.
Cool. And what was it like working with Rico?
Rico, I mean, he came to the studio. He was, when I met him, he was quiet. And plus, back then I was so reserved because I always just appreciated being in that moment. Right. So for me to just be in
humble,
in the studio and
around these people.
Yeah, I'm happy to be there. I'm like, I'm sitting in the studio just like, oh, I'm blessed. There's nothing I could say. I'm just pressing record.
Doing what you do.
That's it. So, I mean, I was just always happy. After that, another artist I worked with was a young kid that, had came up from Tappahannock. His name was Chris Brown. And, right away, before anything, I mean, as soon as we met him, we knew he was going to be something crazy. And, with Chris Brown, there was a few tracks we did.
What tracks did you guys do?
Well, I did 2 tracks on him. I co-produced one and I produced another one and engineered one. So not 3 tracks, actually 3 tracks. So, it was None But Love For You. It was Gangsta Boo, and there was another song called Uh-Oh, which was never fully finished. It's actually like a bad demo version on YouTube, which you could tell was like, which I don't know who leaked that, but but Gangsta Boo was actually supposed to be him and Ciara on the bridge, and Gangsta Boo was, and this is one of the things in the industry that can happen sometimes. Gangsta Boo was like a definite to be on the album, and last minute they pulled it. You know what I mean?
Why?
For some reason. Sometimes it could be like because there's a sample on there, or sometimes it maybe it didn't mesh with everything else. Gangsta Boo was cut like a week before he cut, run it and give me that. So, you know, sometimes those things happen. It's just politics. But those are things in the game that if you know, you don't keep a level head, that, you know, you could get discouraged because, you know, to dwell on those, you could upset yourself like, damn, I could have had a plaque for that, I could have got a check, but it doesn't matter. It's still a learning experience. And, you know, and you find people out there that, you know, do have the song and know the song. And, you know, I've met a few people that like, you know, I heard playing the song and I'm like, oh, I did that song. I'm like, yeah, I love the song. I can't believe it wasn't on the album. So, you know.
And what was it like working with Chris? Since he was like very young back then, he was just coming out.
It was cool. Actually, I had fun working with Chris. I had fun working with him. He was fresh to the industry.
He was fresh, brand new.
Hype. He was happy. You know, no tattoos. Hair wasn't blonde. Like he was just a regular kid, and you know, always dancing and always singing, always writing, and always had a good ear. You know.
What other artists have you worked with over the past years?
After Chris Brown, I worked with DMX. And that was his return. And the song I did for DMX was it was called Dog Love, and it featured A. Marie, which was like, you know, it's cool. Like it's the love joint. It was actually supposed to be. It was a feature single. So when the CD came out, it was actually featured on the CD. It said featuring the hit Dog Love, but they never released the video. And yeah, and that was a good time too. You know, X, he's one of those people.
What was it like working with him?
Yes.
Of all people, because he's been through a lot of stuff. Okay.
He is a very humble. Just like he's just like a regular guy. Like if you drop something, he's like, oh God, like he's just so regular. Like it's crazy. And to me, X is like one of the biggest people at that time I had worked with, because he was actually like in big movies.
Yeah,
like he was in movies. Like he was a good actor. You know what I mean? Like he was in movies, so he was, you know, larger than life. You know, especially early on when I met him, and then. Once I was around him, I was like, damn, he's like a regular guy. He's real cool.
That's what's up.
Fast in the studio, super fast. I mean, he laid his verses down like, done. And I have fun. I actually have a lot of good vintage footage that I recorded, you know, hanging out with him and Chad Elliott. And we were filming, just riding quads in the desert, you know, shooting at cactuses, and had a good time out there.
Seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, he loves Family Guy too. I remember chilling with him and watching Family Guy. That was a good moment. Like that was surreal for me. Like I'm watching Family Guy, and he's like, you know, that was cool.
Shout out to DMX.
Shout out to DMX, man.
What about these underground artists that you've worked with?
Underground artists,
Because he does show Underground Love.
Yeah, I do. I worked with a lot of underground artists. I mean, there's so many to name in Jersey. One of the main artists that I have worked with, though, since I worked out here, is an artist by the name of Justina, who, you know, who has music that has been featured on Mob Wives, Russell Simmons. She's very outgoing.
Nice.
And I will say this, I won't dive too much into her situation, but...
Should we watch out for her?
Yes, you definitely should watch out for her, Justina. And I'm not going to say anything else.
Watch out for her?
Just watch out for her.
Right, we're getting exclusives over here. Watch out for Justina.
Watch out for her. And in 2 months, you know, it's out of here.
About 2 months?
I'll just say that, you know.
The end of 2011, we should see.
This should be a good year for that artist, so watch out for Justina.
Okay, cool. And any other artists?
An artist I started working with now recently, who wasn't an artist, she was actually a model first, was her name's Ashley Logan. She was actually known as like one of the big booty vixen girls. And a friend of mine, Lil C's, who was Biggie's, you know, right-hand man, hype man, good friends with Lil C's, shout out to Lil C's, had brought her in the studio one time because, you know, she was saying that she could sing and all this, so he brought it through, and you know, I was like, whatever, man. Like I see a lot of, you know, vixens all the time, and you know, I mean, I do think sometimes once they do that, they put themselves in a box. Like no one takes them seriously after they're in the videos. So
what made you take her seriously?
I liked her voice. I thought she had a good tone.
She can do it?
I thought she had a good tone, and I feel like she had potential to do something. And I ended up producing and writing a record for her. It's called Watch Me, and Mano ended up jumping on it. And
can we find it on YouTube?
Yeah. It's actually it's funny. It actually just went up, and fans already put up videos on YouTube with the lyrics out. So.
Okay. So it's called Watch Me?
It's called Watch Me. Shout out to Ashley Logan, and shout out to Mano for jumping on that and put a verse on that. That was love. So.
Now you've produced for pop artists, hip hop artists, DMXs.
Yes.
What category would you put yourself in as a producer?
I don't like putting myself into a category.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I do that, then I'm putting myself in a box.
Subject. Okay.
Right. You know.
So maybe all around type person.
Yeah, I like to think of myself all around because I've done hip hop. I produced for Don Omar, who's a reggaeton artist.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
just left field.
Like he's dale. You know what I mean? I've done, and that was crazy for working with him because. He's speaking to me in Spanish the whole time, and I'm like, hablo español, un poquito, you know. So it was cool. Shout out to Don Omar, by the way, too. But I've worked with pop, hip hop, reggaeton, rock. I've done rock, Spanish rock. I've done a lot of different genres.
Done it all, pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of different genres. I mean, one of my main things I do, and definitely something for producers too that pays the bills, is I do a lot of background music for shows. In my case, ESPN. I do a lot of things for ESPN, which is, any music you hear on like highlight reels or, during the big games and stuff. 9 times out of 10, a lot of beats, if you like them, they're mine. So.
Okay. Dropping knowledge on us. So we'll hear you in this. Thank God the lockout's over.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord, because we had nothing to do this fall. But will we hear your music? Will we hear your beats in the back?
Yeah, you should hear my beats in the back. I mean, I get the report back every year. A lot of my music was used in college football past year, and before that was NBA playoffs. So, I mean, I usually get the report back, and there's not more lucrative than I would say music and television, because there's definitely a big demand for that. So.
Now, as for hip hop and pop music, rock music today, since you've started, a lot has I guess progressed.
Definitely.
What type of progression have you seen over the last 10 years?
I've seen rap become, as far as rap, because I would say I definitely started in rap. Rap has become major mainstream music, if not the front runner. I mean, I don't even think people look at rap how they used to back in the day, because it's so mainstream, which is a good thing. It's good to see.
More power to it.
Yeah, definitely more power. Like it's good to see Tiger doing records with a rock singer, or Drake, who's infusing singing with rapping. I like that. I like that it's evolved. You know what I mean? Like. And you don't have to be from the hood or a super gangster to be a rapper anymore. You know what I mean? Like you can have a cool vibe. You got
just be yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself. You know what I mean?
It. Yeah, and are you accepting of the progression? Like you don't have any problems with it. You think it's okay for music to have genres on top of genres in each genre. That you're okay with that?
Yeah, definitely. Because everything has to evolve. It can't stay the same. Everything has to grow.
Now tell these people out here, because some people don't like it, some people do like it, some people don't even know how to feel about it.
And that's being hard-headed and ignorant and closed-minded. Growth is always a positive thing. You need growth. You know what I mean? You have to move past certain things. Like if there wasn't growth, we'd still be waiting in the back of the buses. You know what I'm saying?
Really.
Not being able to vote. I mean, there always has to be growth in everything, whether it's life or business or or music. In this case, music. So growth is definitely a good thing. So nobody should ever knock growth. If somebody comes up and they're doing a rock, scat, rap, pop,
more power to you guys.
Yeah, we should embrace that and give respect
I like
to them.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool. What artist are you feeling in the music industry as of 2011?
As of 2011,
who are your few top picks out here?
Top picks. One of my top picks of recent is on the rap. I'll go through genres too. Through rap, I like J. Cole a lot. I like J. Cole a lot. He's definitely. I feel like he's coming on stronger and stronger. You know what I mean? Like Drake's definitely been the most popular one, but I feel like J. Cole is about to get his real shine because he's got a.
He's about to drop a few things, right?
Yeah, he's got a few good records out right now. I think one with Trey, that's amazing. So I feel like J. Cole's, somebody to look at. Pop wise, I feel like. I mean, there's so many in pop. It's hard. The thing with pop is you never know who's gonna stay around that long.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised, to see, Katy Perry and Gaga still doing it. Because they started out with records that seemed like they were just gonna be one-hit wonders, but they've seemed to.
They've grown.
They've branded themselves, especially Katy Perry. And that record she got with Kanye is hot.
She went from like here to here.
Right.
She did it.
Yeah. Definitely growth.
That's what growth is, the progression.
You see the growth in Katy Perry. So, I like Katy Perry a lot. I think she's dope. I think Gaga's dope. Alternative side, I like. There's a few rock bands I like. I like MGMT. I think they're dope. I like Black Eyed Peas. I think Black Eyed Peas are incredible. Yeah,
they might be on the top.
All around the board, I say Black Eyed Peas are probably like the world renowned, like.
Lady Gaga beat them in the awards though.
Yeah, she did.
I was whoa. No offense. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I felt like they should have.
I was surprised because they
did more than that.
Yeah, they have like this big worldly sound to them. Like I feel like everyone around the world loves their stuff. So Black Eyed Peas, I feel, is huge. R&B side, I think.
Yeah, who you feeling R&B wise?
R&B side, I gotta give it to, I like Frank Ocean. I think Frank Ocean is really dope. I like his vibe. I like his tone. For me, a big thing for me is tone. I love tone. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be all like how many times you could your voice. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he just delivers. I feel like he's really dope. Frank Ocean. And outside of Frank Ocean, I like these new kids coming from Canada, The Weeknd. That one kid, they call The Weeknd. They're dope. And who else? R&B, yeah, Frank Ocean, The Weeknd. Usher's always gonna be a favorite.
Usher.
Chris Brown, of course. I can't mention R&B without mentioning Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. For me on R&B, not to say I don't like, I definitely like Trey songs. I pretty much, there's not one person that I'm like, oh God, what is he doing there? You know what I mean? I feel like all of them work hard, but the newest ones, definitely Frank Ocean is somebody that, people should look out for. He seems like, he got a lot with him, and I feel like
he's got a lot coming.
Yeah, and I feel like he could keep growing into something, if he stays consistent with it.
So where can we find you at online? Maybe Twitter, a Facebook, a website people can go to listen to some beats, see some production, see what Shy Boogs is about.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter, Shy_Boogs, and you can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Shy Boogs, SHYBOOGS.
Okay, cool. And thank you for coming on the show. Really
thank you for having me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
And thank you guys for tuning in. It's your girl CoCo Vixen, host of the 411. Peace.
Peace.